There have been quite a lot of new shows coming up these past few years. It is kind of hard to get through them to find the one that has that certain factor to it, something that strikes your attention immediately. That was my case with Level Up. When I've looked at the Object Show community Discord, specifically New Releases Room, I saw a rather interesting thumbnail that had me and everyone else on the server thinking the same thing.
Wow, what the fuck? Oh my god!
Originally, I wasn't planning on making this review because this show only had one episode and I didn't want it to discourage the creator. But then, I've looked into her channel where I found out that Level Up has been rebooted. Not once, not twice, but thrice. All of them in a span of 2 years. Not saying rebooting is a bad idea, since it can improve all the bad visuals, writings, and things like that. But how much do you have to dislike your show when you have to reboot it 3 times? Now that's interesting. So, let us dive into Level Up, aka Object Nitro, aka Object Players, aka Object Players Beta.
Reboot it, renew it, reshoot it, redo it and reuse it, retool it, abuse it, dispute it. If you wanna make some easy cash, just recycle and repeat it.
First rendition of Xalimation's Object Show was released on 23rd of May 2020 and has been originally titled Object Players, but it has been renamed to Object Players Beta. Just looking at the first frame, I can see why. I don't think I have ever seen an object show with 2 watermarks, and for video editing software for that matter. Other thing that rubbed me the wrong way at the beginning was the art style, specifically for all the backgrounds and props. Not only they are poorly drawn, but look so out of place with the characters with BFDI assets and, surprisingly, decent character models. But we're not done here. Just listen to the background music.
Good morning, neighbor Jerry.
Morning, Switch.
What you up to?
Checking the mail?
Every background music sounds like it was recorded with a microphone rather than being downloaded. And it's not like these songs were hard to get. The first song he uses, called Funk, is on Kevin MacLeod's website. But I'll give him a benefit of the doubt and put the blame on one of these 2 video editing softwares. The show starts with our main host, Switch, pestering Jerrycan, when suddenly he realizes he hasn't opened any of his mails in probably ages. In one of these mails, it was revealed that he is so popular nationally, and in an effort to boost his popularity, they gave him his own object show.
Dear Switch, congratulations. You are our greatest successor. Your popularity has increased internationally, and your fans love you. So we figured to boost your popularity, and as a gift, you could be the host of an object reality TV game show. You get to have it any way you like. We'll supply you with ideas, interns, and a big piece of land for it to take place. Let us know when you get started. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Now this is actually a really neat idea, as it kind of shows how behind the scenes of this competition works. The problem is, they haven't really established Switch as a popular person. All we did saw was him being in a suburbia, and he wasn't really liked there. Then we have an intro. Oh boy, it is bad. Frame rate on it is very choppy, audio is still atrocious, and half of the characters' names are really hard to read out. It is not an issue for me, but imagine someone visually impaired watching this and trying to figure out who in the world are these characters. Speaking of which, let's look at our cast. We have hot-headed Kendo, Nugget, who is portrayed as a massive derp. We've got... oh, for fuck's sake. We have fat gummy bear with skinny legs and dreadful audio. Like, what did she said? To be fair, generic mini number 1, Cobb, doesn't have a better audio quality as well.
Watermelon.
We have Friday, more on him later, and Plate that acts exactly like the Plate from Objects Havoc. Speaking of characters from other shows, hello Violin! She plays horrible songs to equally horribly voiced Simp Blacklight and Mug.
That was epic. Excuse me while I go rosin my bow.
Following that, we have our pranksters, Peace, and local Scotsman, Bagpipes.
Where did you come
I
from?
came from Scotland, mate, and I already know there's trouble in you lads.
As someone who lives in Scotland for over 14 years, That's not how Scottish people really sound like.
Look at this fucking muppet. He is using a fucking leaf blower to blow the leaves off the pavement when it's fucking 80-mile-an-hour winds. What an absolute fucking plum.
And we have yet another generic main character in form of Razor. That causes casualties already. That didn't even connect it. Gong, who has no personality. Dolly, who has surprisingly the most creative design out of them all.
I'm Dolly, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh, and she is a massive diva. Following with another character that has no personality, Lifesaver, who is pranked by Strawberry Milk.
Get pranked, bro.
Really? Second prankster? Moving on, there's a Valley Girl emoji, Cool Guy Oscar, Triforce the Gamer, Protractor the Nerd, two more Valley Girls in form of ice cream and nail polish, no personality having Percy, and Emo Spongy. To summarize, we have 3 sociopaths, 2 pranksters, 3 generic nice characters, while 2 of them being fat asses, 2 no personality having jerk dicks, and 5 Valley/Diva type characters. While the design of some of them is creative, the personality is fucking atrocious. Our hosts have arrived and announced how the competition works. It is a bit of fresh air that he explained everything so quickly once you watch Objector Post explain how to build a goddamn snowman for a minute and a half. Teams will be decided by jumping out of the plane. What if everyone decided to jump on the same circle? This falling scene is really weird. Some objects fall faster than others even when they are grabbed. Some fall at the same speed with Oscar, who's wearing the parachute. That doesn't really make any sense. Maybe I can excuse Pridey since he's a flag, but Lifesaver is a fucking candy. Speaking of which, Purple People Eater has been killed off by Razor, who flew under her and up. Teams have been finally chosen. Wait, how did Razor die? Was she squashed to death by that monstrosity? So we have Lab Rats and Team Love, who compete in episode 1B, which starts off with probably one of the better recaps I saw. Not from technical standpoint, but from the idea itself. The co-host of this show, Percy, made her own recap, including the hand-drawn images.
So, how'd I do?
Meh, good enough.
Woohoo!
Episode 1B starts with the Ruckus. At least the voice quality has improved.
Shut up!
I also wish voice acting was better as well. The bugs fell out of the sky, killing the fat shit and revealing the content of it. Water balloons. Don't ask me how water balloons survived the skyfall. They are going to be used in the next challenge, which is essentially search and destroy game from Call of Duty, except with 1 round and more players. Cool concept, not gonna lie. Everyone decided to split up when we have our first blood drone, but not before we hear this beautiful rage.
That's quite the fiery temper you got there. Care to talk about it?
I'm gonna kill you!
I have to say, some of these eliminations are creative, while other kind of BS. One thing I've noticed in this challenge are consistency in teleporting, or the lack of it. Kendo got immediately teleported, while everyone else were staying up there for a big amount of time. And I know it's rich coming from me, but the dialogue on the show is so repetitive. Not only because of the same personalities, but even the dialogues are the same. Just look at the amount of times the sentence "nice try" was said in a span of 3 minutes.
Ha, nice try, idiot.
Nice try, lad. Nice try. But it's gonna take a lot more than cardboard to get me. Huh? Looking for these? Yeah, I took them from your pillowcase. You were so focused that you didn't even notice. Nice try, though.
We're up to the final 3 on each team. Plate decided to go rough, and my initial reaction was that Violin and Nerd will have to deal with the rest of the team on their own. But no, to my surprise, Plate eliminated everyone by himself. I was not expecting that one bit. Kudos for a twist, despite murdering 4 contestants. I'm pretty sure lifesavers are hard candies, not jelly filled. Either way, Plate won the immunity card along with Bagpipes, who won the popularity contest. Alright, who the fuck are these 8 demented people? Now onto the final episode. Well, half of it. It has been halfway done, as the new version of Object Players was in the works. I'll be brief covering this episode. It looks better visually with better assets. Same things can be said about the audio.
Yo, Oscar, how you feeling about this elimination, bro?
Finale starts off with Plate throwing rocks in the river, while Peas are stalking Dolly for some weird reasons. And we have an updated intro. It looks less choppy and I see character names better, for the most part. Also, strawberry milk is now a furry. Don't understand the connection between these two, but at least we have only one prankster. Or 3 if you want to be technical. The first elimination is your typical elimination, but with messed up placements.
Nugget, ow! Oscar, Pridey, and strawberry milk.
Dolly is the first to go, and she is sent to a different dimension. The final challenge of the series is Shopping Challenge. Kind of like from the episode from Broadly Objects, but instead of buying all the things you want, you have to buy specific things. And I have to admit, that scene was kinda funny.
Give me that eraser. Well, lucky for you, we have one right here.
What the fuck are you saying? Well, we didn't get to see majority of the challenge, but judged by the ending, it looks like Team Love won. And Dolly was about to be murdered. To summarize it, Beta had some really good ideas for challenges and even for character designs, but the writing for them is dreadful. Mostly because majority of the cast share the same personality, while others don't even have a specific trait. Visually it got better, but audio-wise...
Well, I'll have you know, I'm the master of zero distraction.
You'll be the judge.
Reboot it, renew it, reshoot it, redo it, and reuse it, retool it.
Now onto the first reboot. It was released on 28th of April 2011, and it already improved massively from the first series. It went from 2 watermarks to 1! Not only that, but the assets now matches the character design and backgrounds of this show. Even background music sounds good. But I cannot judge the show by audiovisuals alone. I need to check the writing for it as well. It starts off well, actually. It is established that Switch is a big deal, having some company, as well as a flunky in form of a Joy-Con. He was tasked to bring papers with 21 contestants, meaning that some of the characters have been axed. Sadly, Grimace from McDonald's is still here. Competition will take place on Glitch Island, that's apparently cursed.
Glitch Island?
Yes, that's what I said.
Do you know why it's called Glitch Island? There's been a ton of reports of strange activity on the island. Reality show called Object Showdown once filmed there, and every one of the cast is now missing except 2. It's called Glitch Island because researchers have said it's like a glitch in our world.
Switch doesn't give a fuck and he proceeds with the idea anyway. Following that, we have Intro, which again, has improved. Now onto the Season 2 cast. We still have some fan favorites such as Bagpipes and Dolly, and fan favorites in the form of Purple Nipple, Emo Pillow, Mug, Cup, and Strawberry Milk. There are too many caps on this show. We also have replacements. Barrow replaces Triforce because PewDiePie, Chew Toy replaces Protractor cause... I don't know. Cheese replaces Nugget, and P7 replaces with... No! No more cherries! On top of that we have some new characters, in the form of Sharpie and Phone, who act like bootleg pen and eraser.
BH is so uncool. Unlike you, Phone, you're cool.
Thanks, Sharpie.
Penny, who is a bootleg golf ball. Card, who we get to later. Silver Trophy, who is basically a female trophy from II. And we have another bootleg from II in form of softball.
Well, that's stupid. Your mom and dad don't know the difference between a softball and a baseball? How dumb.
2 more BFB rejects, and Lava, who is surprisingly the most creative character out of them all. Too bad he's really bland.
Dude, I'm lava. That's kinda my thing.
Touche. That was kinda hot, not gonna lie.
What?
Yeah, with that scene, I might as well address the controversy regarding Pridey, as well as Gummy Bear. Let's start with Pridey. As you can tell, he is an LGBT character, which is fine. The problem people have with him though is his portrayal. The common complaint I've noticed was that his entire personality was being sassy feminine who is really into beefy men, aka stereotyping it. I know that Xale is bisexual and that Pridey is based on her, but it comes off as a generic gay character described by a homophobe. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I called
So,
the line.
Sorry, what, are you gay or something?
No, I'm not gay.
You sound a little gay.
I sound a little gay. Alright.
Yeah?
It's all good.
You want to hook up?
Not really.
Yeah?
But again, I'm not an expert on this topic. Other problem was with Gummy Bear, as people thought that she's a fetish character. I mean, I can't really blame them. Also there was some issue with Dolly, but that'll happen in the next episode and I kinda don't wanna ruin the surprise. As far as episode 1 goes, nothing much happens. Contestants arrive on Glitch Island by bus, don't question it, and this time teams were randomly picked. Episode ended with 3 Stooges being attacked by... no idea, because it was never mentioned at all in the future episodes. Meaning this entire ending was... fucking pointless. Gotta hand to the reboot, at least it doesn't recycle the same challenge, as we kick off with the sand building competition. It is still an average challenge, but I'll take it over a balance beam competition. Teams notice that they only have 1 shovel, so number 2 decide to get bored in a shack and... what the hell? That was like 2 different scenes at once. I barely made out what happened. Speaking of 2 different things, hello nurse! In case you didn't know, that is the other controversial scene in this episode. As I was saying, not only we have characters that share the exact same personalities, but we also have the exact same scenes happening back to back.
How's it going?
Well, Dolly's in a dollhouse, Black Holly's being a brat, Cherries keeps fighting over the shovel, Barrel's digging to dog knows where, Mug can't do anything, you can't be close to Walter, and I have no arms. Oh, Dolly, thank dogs you're back. Black Hole isn't participating, Mug still can't do anything, Lava's hydrophobic, and Cherries keeps fighting over the shovel.
It's mine. No, I found it first. No, I did. Let go. Ah.
Couldn't this be worded any better?
Black Holy, do you think you could help us?
Ugh, fine.
Perhaps you could use your black hole power or something?
It's called gravity, loser, and I guess... ugh, I give up.
Jesus Christ, Black Hole is a bitch. Not even an enjoyable bitch, but a whiny bitch who's just insufferable.
Whatever.
BH, come back here.
Nah, I'm good.
You get back here right now, young lady.
No! Oh, so now you care? Nobody asked you, Lava.
She is, without a doubt, the worst character on this show. In contrast, I think Cart is the best out of the bunch. Not like his horse hard, but still.
How about this? Let's make a deal. I pay $5 a shovel, only if my team wins today. But if we lose, then I'll add $60 to the $30 I've already paid. No matter what, it's a win for you, because either way, you'll still get paid. Deal.
There's something about this gambler character that takes the risk in order to win, while secretly screwing over other teams, that is just so refreshing to see. I rarely see contestants having strategy or taking risk, while portraying themselves in a positive light. So, well done to Sale. She made a good character. Out of 21.
Well, sorry ma'am, guess you'll have to come back when you're a little more, richer.
After a failed Morshu impression, the results came in, where Team Grimm won the challenge. At least that's what they thought, when Card decided to break the statue and causing their team to win. Meaning that one of the greens is going home. Hopefully Black Holly. Episode 3 has a new intro. Again, it is simple, but still neat. We got a shot of Cart performing a puppet show. At first I thought, what the fuck is he doing? But then I realized something. It is a symbolism of him pulling the strings.
Pull the string! Pull the string!
What is not a good scene though, is the literal repeat of the scene from Beta. Look at it, it's the same! I also noticed that the watermark is completely gone. Awesome. Anyway, Blue Team decided to have a
Everyone's here!
Wow, when did Fun went through puberty? Anyway, Penny decided to form an alliance with what she considered the most competent team, and suddenly, Silver Trophy has Kern's arms.
An SM? You're like a canine.
I refuse to believe Strawberry Milk is competent. Now on to the elimination. Thankfully, Black Holly got eliminated, which she responded by killing everyone.
I'll kill you all!
Remember how this show was meant to take place at the island? Well, there seems to be a lot of goddamn buildings on this island. Stupid idiots and Cart had to travel through the other roof to solve the puzzle. Pretty good concept, but the execution of it is kind of boring. They just walk, solve, walk, solve, walk.
Check this out.
Whoa.
Okay, that is bullshit. When it fall learn to teleport, the final two that have to complete the challenge is Cart and Chowder. Luckily for Cart, she slipped, yet somehow she got there really fast. I really don't understand the logic of this show. Despite that, she still lost, meaning that green idiots are up for elimination, and everyone to ignore her as well.
You're not just gonna listen to him, are you? He's clearly trying to tear us apart.
Or maybe you're the one that's trying to tear us apart.
And that's when the second reboot ended. I have a feeling it got cancelled because everyone voted off Fairy Tiffany. It definitely got better when it comes to visual, challenges, and especially audio. However, the characters and dialogues are still the big issue. I know this is a reboot, but is it really necessary to reuse the exact same scene from previous version? On the bright side, at least I can say that Cart is a really well-made character, and I hope we get to see him in the next 2 installments.
Reboot it, renew it, reshoot it, redo it, and reuse it, retool it.
Second reboot was published on 5th of February 2022. This time went from players to Nitro. Last piece of media that was called like that was WCW Nitro. It had very interesting run to say the least. Same thing cannot be said about this show, because it only lasts 9 minutes. It starts like a first object players combined with the second version, meaning there is more properly explained how Switch is popular. On another note, Atlas looks better. For the most part. During the new intro, we found out that the cast has been trimmed once again to 18, meaning that all the shite in form of Mug, Black Holly, Belly, and Cherries have been removed. But for some reason, gamer characters has been changed. Again. Like, why? Along with him, we have Strawberry Milk, who now wears a mask and sounds like she just learned how to speak.
I can throw.
It's like with every version, her character is getting worse. Speaking of the devil, Gengar has been axed and she joins the game along with the Gunny and Ninja Orange.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Chutoy, Cap, and Cheese are back, along with new generic nice character called Key, along with Waffle, who has a brown tooth. 3 fan favorites are back as well, along with Pissball and Penny, who has the worst fucking asses on the show. Just look how her design stands out here. Card is back as well, but he's not saying or doing anything in the series, so it's kind of the waste. And of course, we have Friday, as well as Football, who is a football. I don't know, they never explain his character. And I want to fight the person that rate the characters 8 out of 10. Like, what is wrong with you, man? Or woman, or motherfucker? Despite the still present personality issues, at least character interaction seems to be better. However, this purple fuck still sounds awful.
Pharrell, he's so cool, he deserves 2 introductions.
This is the third show and I still don't get what she's saying. T-Piggin have been skipped, which is odd, and we immediately get to the challenge. Throwing balls at the button. Kind of a shit challenge. At least some jokes are funny here.
Have you ever tried hacking into the ball?
Is that really necessary?
Very. Yes, it's working.
Ball, you sure you want to try this?
Well, I am an athlete. I should do well.
Softball has been called an athlete since the first reboot, yet I haven't seen her doing anything athletic. With all the criticism, the episode seems to be looking and sounding better. Heck, even writing has improved a little bit. I was going to say this was the best version of the show, but then it got cancelled and labeled as non-canon. Xyle made the video explaining that she is going to make there another reboot since she cannot deal with 18 characters, and the roster will be trimmed down again, this time to 12 characters. However, this time viewers will be able to vote on which characters should join the competition. And by that she means characters from every version of Object Players and Object Nitro.
With that being said, surprise surprise, a new show is being made, and I believe the main source of my problem was having too big of a cast. The cast was too overwhelmingly big, and I could never finish the season anytime soon. So this next show is only going to have 12 contestants. I'm sort of doing this to speed things up, plus it'll help with further character development and story progression. Plus the production of the show should be quicker and more frequent. Again, I can't express how sorry I am, raising expectations just to crush them, especially to those who have worked hours and hours onto the show just for it to all be wasted. Also, down below in the description is a voting poll for you guys. It's a list of characters from previous shows that you guys can vote on to possibly be in the new show. And I will decide the cast from these votes. So hopefully that makes up for it, right?
It kind of sucks that the show ended prematurely, cause it looked like it was going to get good. But I do respect she made the decision, and I hope her mental health gets better.
Reboot it, renew it, reshoot it, redo it, and reuse it, retool it.
Current versions of the show have been released on 25th of July 2022. It is both the most viewed series as well as the most hated. I know there's also a prequel for the series, but it's pretty much the first scene of Object Nitro, but more dramatic. Let's focus on something more important though, which is who got voted in. We have obvious favorite, Bagpipes, joining the game. Gunny from Nitro, who's a decent character, I'll give him that. Cart is back, which is good, and so are Peace and...
Seriously, you're so loud.
Belly? Seriously? They voted her in? And we have Plate again, along with Silver Trophy. They're like the same characters, but with different gender. Violin has returned, but this time she's called Fiddle. She looks like Violin and Band-Aid from Last Object Standing, who decided to do a Dragon Ball fusion. And we have Last Four, which I refuse to believe they received that many votes. First up is Dolly. She's not that terrible, but considering how everyone in the comments are disliking her, it really makes me want to press X for doubt. Friday is here as well, this time with heels and even more controversy. The next two really pissed me off, because look at this!
Oh my cornstarch! This ride is awesome!
What the fuck is wrong with you? These pieces of shit haven't done anything in this show, yet they received the most votes! Mark is literally a fucking mark that just stands here. Why would anyone vote for it, unless they try to fuck with the creator? Screw you, inanimate insanity! This is all your fault with this fucking box! But, if you thought Maggie being included was bad, the smelly green giant has returned. Again! It's not even the fact that she looks like a vor aficionado. Her character is non-existent. All we know about her is that she eats candy, sleeps, and speaks in Minecraft enchantment.
But you best believe all that sugar definitely gave me some energy. But I do want to show my team I'm a worthy competitor.
My guess is, these four were added by Exhale herself. Unless she can show the votes, then I will gladly retract my statement and admit I was wrong. With the cast being mostly crap, at least I hope that the rest of the show is at least decent. Right? To start off, we have probably the best intro so far. Cutting to the plane that looks poorly outside, but pretty good inside. Heck, even audio quality sounds good.
How much longer will this take? What degree is the AC on? The too cold degree. Wheel your pipe down, laddies. I can't hear myself think.
Meh, I've had more luxurious rides than this. And flight attendants that are actually alive.
Oh no, what have she done to Cart? He went from being a well-developed gambler to Nico wannabe. I'll give it a pass though, since it is episode 1, but wow. What a fall from grace. I love how Gunny shoots bird in the sky through the closed window. And why do you want them open in the first place? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the important part. Dolly voice actor left as she decided to join the army. I don't have issue with that, but she got replaced with Xyle, and every time she voices the characters in this show, they sound pretty much the same.
Yeah, high school sucked. Hi, my name's Gunny, or Gun, or Pistol, or handgun, or pistoly, or whatever.
Ah! I'm so excited! Woo! Well, I can't help my excitement.
Okay, well if you're gonna kill someone, can you please do it away from me? I just got done with my hair.
Christ, she even has 2 accented characters with the same accent.
But I wasn't kidding about me name though. It's Bagpipes, you pieces of shit. I think they must have mistaken me for luggage.
Okay, I love this little detail. Bagpipes checked why the plane is shaking, only to see that there's no one controlling the plane. Switch made an announcement that everyone has to jump out of the plane with a parachute, and the rest of it feels the same like episode 1A of Beta. But only more better looking and with slightly better writing.
Oi mates, we've been had!
That is not Scottish, that is gibberish. And despite that Mark was in a red circle and Silver Trophy landed in a blue circle, they seem to swap their teams without any explanations whatsoever. And it wouldn't be an Object Players reboot if it didn't reuse the scene from previous version. Like with Gun and Silver Trophy introduction.
And also with $1 million, I could finally buy that expensive knife set I've always wanted.
I could buy my own expensive knife set.
No matter how many times I come up short. Wait. Even if I've come up short my whole life... Wait, don't add that last part.
The first challenge, and even the dollhouse scene. It's literally the same as episode 2 of The Object Players, but with a fresh new paint. Even the ending is exactly the same.
Not really a big fan of the whole style. Doesn't really capture me, you know? Not a big fan of the face. Doesn't really match me.
What? I know, this is a reboot, but that doesn't mean you have to copy everything exactly the same. When Object Overload rebooted, sure, it had the same challenge, but the character introduction and the performance in the challenge was a lot different from the previous installment. Here, it's just like watching an old TV show, but with color. Maybe there's something new added? Well, Doll has bigger tits, Friday is crying because he saw the dislikes on the video, and Bagpipes called Doll a junkie.
Nayla, that's your underwear. I mean your actual clothes, you junkie.
Does Xyle know what junkie means? Following that, we have the exact same sugar rush scene from Object Players, but this time they actually won the challenge, meaning that someone from Red will go home. And as the show will be cancelled again. I'm not kidding, but so far, this is the worst version of Object Players. Mostly because of how repetitive this show was. The team picking, the challenge, the dialogues, conclusion, but Gummy Bear voice acting, and even the drama is the same. Yes, there was exact same drama happening regarding Gummy Bear, Dolly, and Pridey, only with more contradiction.
Really, he's just a character with a big ass personality. Like, that's really all that Pridey is. And so, if you do feel offended by him, I'm sorry. That's not me trying to offend you. That's just me trying to create a creative character. And I understand if people are upset by him too. But the thing is, like, for one, you know, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Like, I can respect people's opinions. I really can.
And more aggressive comments from Xyle.
Okay, Gummy Bear is not a fucking fetish. Excuse my language, but she's not a fucking fetish.
Reboot it, renew it, reshoot it, redo it, and reuse it, retool it.
And thus, all 4 renditions of Object Players have been covered. Each version seems to have a different problem, ranging from awful audio and visuals, same character traits, rushing through everything, or even copying the scene one-to-one. But I think the biggest problem with the show comes in the form of these 3. Common thing I've noticed in the comments was that a lot of people didn't like Dolly, Gummy Bear, and Pridey. While I do agree that hate towards Dolly is over-exaggerated, except for that bikini scene, the other 2 leaves a lot to desire. Gummy Bear looks so out of place with his character design, as well as the personality being a little bit fetish-like. Especially when she seems to devouring everything in the intro and overall being a fat pig. If she toned down the eating and maybe redesigned her, she will be more tolerable. I'm not saying to other BFDI assets, because that will look cursed as fuck, but I would go maybe with the look of Gummy Bear from Katy Perry music video, California Girls. That would be more original, as well as the look not out of place. And then you have Pridey. Oh boy, he is not a good representation of LGBT. I know he is based a lot on the creator, but if that's the case, she portrays herself as an unlikable crybaby that is in need of some pipes. My suggestion is, do ask around other members how they write their character, since there are like quite a lot of members of LGBT in Object Show community. There is nothing wrong with a little market research to see what is wrong with the show and what is right, but you need to listen to your fans, rather than insult them and tell them not to watch your show. Because that is just childish. Will she listen though? No idea. We'll have to find out in episode 2 whether she listened or ignored it all. Also, for crying out loud, bring back Card's cool character back, please.
I'm mining right now. Yeah, I'm mining right now. So don't dig straight down. I think I'm losing my pick now. It's in my chest.